Good morning, my friend. Good morning. Let me just sip a coffee so my voice clear up a little bit. Welcome back. Today is Thursday mindset. So people talk a lot about here on YouTube, and I did a video about passport power, right? The country where you're born will limit where you can go in the world as a traveler. Okay, people talk about visa power, where you are allowed to go in the world. Sorry, guys. Okay, honestly, the biggest border most people will face is not at the airport or at any border, but it's our limited belief. Okay, I was born in Gabon, and then I moved to France when I was young. So before that, I had a Gabonese passport, so I have a dual nationality. And I know that people from Gabon, where I'm from, cannot travel the way I travel because they're limited by visas, right? But I've seen somebody here on YouTube called Ni, I forgot his name, Ayo. Okay, he's Nigerian. Nigeria has the worst visa, passport in the sense of where they can go. That guy traveled the world, okay? Because even if you limit it to where you want to go, there's always places you can go. There's all the passport have places they can go with visa free. So that's what I want to talk to you about. That the biggest border most people face is never, just the border of not having a visa or your passport. It's the belief that we have in up here. Okay, because often if you want to do something you can do it. Okay, I'm not saying that there's no hurdle or whatever, but we do limit ourselves a lot. Okay, so the video that I made on this channel actually got popular. Okay, for a small channel, I think maybe 1,000 views, something like that, which is a lot for this channel. That's called virality. Okay, it's a viral video on my channel. A lot of people watch it because it speaks a lot to people about, how we see the world, right? So when I was still a Gabonese, when I was a teenager, because I became French national in my, my young adult age, I couldn't go anywhere. I remember not being able to go to with my friend, traveling, and if there was like school um, activities or travel, I couldn't do it because I needed a visa with my Gabonese passport. So I was limited. But back then, I had a different mindset. Okay, I thought I was just limited to go to certain places. Um, I didn't see, you know, what was possible with for me with my Gabonese passport, and I had quite a lot. There's about 26 country at least on my Gabonese passport today that I can travel to visa free, right? And that's not nothing. And there's places like Malaysia, Indonesia, etc., right? Which are amazing places to go. So we often limit ourselves. So since it's mindset Thursday in our 90 day to travel bold, I want to talk about something deeper. Okay, your internal visa, our internal visa, because a lot of people are not waiting for a visa. Okay, uh, they are waiting for. We spoke about it, but we need to talk about it often to release that limits that we have. They're waiting for permission of so many different things from family, money, society, and sometimes permission from themselves. And I think that's where the border is, because at the end of the day, no one is forcing you to or holding you to do anything. The person that's stopping you, it's you. Okay, it's me. So let me say hi to friend. Hey guys, thank you so much for being here. I see four of you watching. Please like the live and thank you so much for the support. And if you don't know me, I'm Jazz. Your traveler body over 50, and on the channel, I'm encouraging you to live your dream. Okay, no matter how big or small they are. There's no small dream, by the way. Okay, so live your dream. And if you're not subscribed, please do. and we'll travel together. We'll change our mindset to live boldly. Hey, my friend, thank you so much for being here, Pania. I appreciate you and thank you for spending this morning with me. Hello, Rana. Hi, love Rana. I'm sorry if I pronounce your name badly. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. I am guilty of this, Jazz. I've been limiting myself. We are. Please tell us, okay? Rana, tell La Rana. I'm French. Please excuse my pronunciation. Tell us as well, what are the limiting beliefs that you have for yourself? Guys, for me, I had so many limiting beliefs, okay? I do have sit, but it took me to see another black woman online doing house sit for me to think that I had permission. I thought that I would not be allowed. I thought that people would not let me look after their home. I had so many, a society is conditioning as well, right? um I didn't think that I could travel alone as a married woman because in my society, in my culture, because I'm African origin, an African woman, a wife doesn't travel by themselves. Like, who gave you permission? Okay, I told them, go, it's my life, and I do. But it took me courage. It took me being over 45 to push that barrier. Okay, and that was an external one, to push that barrier and to say, I am able to do what I want. This is my life. If I want to travel, I travel, right? But even if society has pressure on how I wanted to travel, how I was limiting myself, at the end of the day, I was the one taking that permission. Sorry, I was the one limiting myself. Okay. People didn't come. Yeah, people told me, why are you traveling by yourself without your husband? And they told my husband, you have to control your wife or whatever, blah, blah. But these are just words. And people who were saying that, it's not even malicious, right? Because if you are in some African society, this is how it is. The wife is there to is the property, okay, of the husband. Please don't go, okay? I'm just telling my reality here. And but at the end of the day, they're talking about their own beliefs or their own fear or their own whatever, and they're projecting it into you. And I, I, I bought that idea. Okay. So the first years of the marriage, I was the proper little African wife. I was not going anywhere. And then 45 came, I'm like, hell with it. Okay. And my husband was like, he did not recognize who I was. But there's something, then you tap into your own power because regardless of what society people say around you, you are limiting yourself. You are allowed. You take ownership of your own life. Okay. And say no. And that's what I did. And I started traveling by myself. At first, I was worried, scared, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, you can. I even went to places like India by myself. Okay. And got sick in India, by the way, okay? But I survived and I'm still here, right? So we limit a lot ourselves. Yes, on that video, I was talking about travel inequality, which really exists, right? I don't have my passport here, but with my French passport, I can go to almost 200 countries easily. There's so many countries where I can go visa free, right? With my French passport, I can go to 26 countries. And it would not be the Western world countries. It would not be America, Europe, whatever. It will be Malaysia, it will be South Africa. But still, they're so amazing. And that's what I told a lot to some of my African people. It's like, you guys are limiting yourself because the only places you think that you can go to is France, it's Europe, it's America. Go elsewhere. The world is there open for you. Go where you are allowed to go without a visa, and you will see how amazing Malaysia is. Not first world today, third world today. Malaysia is amazing. It's a booming Asia. This is so magnificent. Go there because you're allowed to go in these places without a visa. So, yeah, look, often we look around and we think, oh, people are keeping us from doing things. Society, that and that and that. But no, we need to ask ourselves different questions, because it's like, how do you see yourself? Okay, if you think that you cannot, then you won't be able to do it. Right? You have to push these mental barrier and whatever people are saying. Hey guys, let me just check your messages here. Julie, hey Julie Scott. Julie is a deep thinker, guys. I love watching a video, and she's doing 100 day like I'm doing right now. And she talking about, yesterday she spoke about something. Oh, let me just come on in my mind. It's about just living in the present moment, listening to birds, being present, right? And we need more of that. Uh, Lauren, I say the sense of urgency still keeps up as a limiting belief. It doesn't at all, it doesn't all need to happen now. Slow down is my repeated mantra recently. Absolutely. Yes. Okay. There's no urgency, right? There is no urgency or missing out of whatever. Everything doesn't have to go fast. You can take your time. You can take your time, and it's a bit like what Julie was saying yesterday, right? We're trying to rush on everything. We're not taking time anymore to slow down. And I spoke about it yesterday, about when you travel as a traveler, we think that you have to hit every landmark. You have that busy schedule, like I don't know the president of I don't know where, and that you have so many meetings that you have to attend. At 9, I need to be there at 10, and you're exhausted, and you're not even enjoying the country because you're pushing yourself so much. No, and Bernia was like, she was sitting at a coffee and just looking people pass by. I love doing that, by the way. Even when I go to another country, I love just sitting there, either in the park where there's a coffee nearby, and watch the people live, how people live their life in other countries, right? And it's also the most amazing time to take in the culture, etc., instead of feeling like, oh, we have to rush and go everywhere. There's an expression like going fast to go nowhere or something. I don't know. Right. So we need to slow down. We need to slow down and take things in, because we are in a society of everything fast. The microwave mentality. We're fast into everything. Even on YouTube, they tell us, don't say hi, don't say your name. You will lose people, because people have 3 second attention. But not us here over 40, over 50. Okay, we need to take the time to enjoy, to say hi to our friends. Okay, good to see you, Jays. Me too, Julie. uh Good to see my friend Pernia. Hey, how are you? You new here, nice to see you. Thank you for saying hi, passing by. Welcome. And your story is so inspiring. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, okay. Um, right. There are so many choices and possibilities. Absolutely. There are. We, and Julie also inspired me to do the backyard travel, which I do now, visiting the country where I am. I live in England, and going to different places. Because one time I watched one of a video, and she was going just in a park somewhere where there was like a monument, and she was telling about that monument and the flower and the things that were around her. I'm like, my goodness. And that was so exciting to watch. But she was not far from home. It was like a small road trip to somewhere closer to home. But that's traveling as well. So be a tourist in your own city, okay? Enjoy the place where you are. Love the place you live in. And that's what I'm doing this year. And saying yes to life. Saying yes to opportunity. Do not, how do you call it? Do not limit yourself, okay? Do not put border everywhere in your life, because you are responsible to the choices you're making. No one else is, regardless of what society or people around you say or do. You still and the trois, you are still responsible for your life and your decision. And saying yes to life, guys. In a few weeks, I'm going to Dublin, and Dublin, never been, okay, in Ireland. I live in the UK for 24 years, 25 this year, right? Never been to Dublin, okay? Went to Scotland maybe once or twice, but fast. And so I want to experience. Something came up. just yesterday, and I'm like, oh my goodness, Dublin, and there's something happening there. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. Just, I'm gonna go, and I booked my ticket, everything, and I'm going. I'm saying yes to opportunities, So that's very important. Oh, thank you. Yes, good morning, love. Yes, absolutely, Julie. So Pernia, my friend here, say when you get to know other cultures, your mind open up to so many possibilities, and it also makes you look inward. Yeah, you realize that there are millions of different ways to live this life. Absolutely. Um, I will give you an example of me going to Africa as somebody who grew up in Europe and have a French culture mentality now. So I go there, and I used to go with a lot of bags of clothes and stuff to give to people because, they have nothing in the villages. And these people, usually you will see kid running with bare feet or with a dress that has so many holes, but they are the most happiest people on earth. I was bringing the clothes. They will say thank you. They'll be happy for a few minutes, But then after that, they will keep the clothes that they have. They may wear that dress to, go to church or something. But most of the day, they're happy. They don't, some of the people don't. They don't wear shoes because they want to be in touch with nature. Okay, and they used to play that way, not because they don't have shoes. So I have to think that I have to remove that savior mentality and stop to think that the way I see life should be the same for them. They were so very happy with very little. Whereas us, we have wardrobe full of things, but we never satisfy. Okay, that's what we are in this consumerism. I can never pronounce this one. We consume, we consume, we consume. Okay, and we have never enough. And when you travel, you see that people with very little, my goodness, they're so happy, so happy with life. And there's another thing as well that you realize when you travel a lot is that we're all the same. We're different, but we're the same. Everywhere in the world, wherever you go, in whatever village, in Timbuktu, wherever, people are looking for love. People are looking for a way to survive, to pay their bills, to feed their kids. People, we all as human, we walking the same experience, although very different. We still, you know, what we want is love. Okay, so traveling is very important because it open your mind, and even if you can't leave your country and leave even the town where you are, explore around you. Sometimes you go from the south to the north, different culture. Okay, different mentality, different way of doing things. So yeah, yeah, so our mindset is very restricted often, right? We need to open up, okay? It doesn't matter which passport you have. You will still feel denied entry to a life you want unless you take ownership, okay? Um, so that's why today I want us to shift um, our mindset, okay, and to really open our mind to the possibilities that are around us. So instead of already saying, "Can I?" asking, "Can I?" it will be, "How can I?" Okay, that's what I do now. How can I? So because Dublin is extremely expensive where I'm going, right? I had to figure out how can I go there? Right. And the event that I'm going to is one day, but I'm staying 3 days because I'm not traveling all the way to Dublin, never been there for one day. And all that day I'm gonna be stuck you know, in a conference because I'm going to a conference. So I took 2 extra days to travel and see the place a little bit as well, right? And I'm like, how can I do it? I did workout numbers, etc., and made it work. Okay. So do not wait for permission of can I travel? Okay. Uh so find a way to do it. Okay. Or can I start over? A lot of people feel like starting over is like failing. No, and here on the channel, us over 50, we are reinventing our life. Okay, because we looked after people our entire life as women. So now we are bold and we asking different questions. It's not can I, it's how can I, okay? And all the small little shift that you can change in your life will change everything. Guys, I'm the most happiest since I've, taking action for myself, not denying myself, not looking what society, whoever, in-laws, or the culture where I'm from. Because somebody looking from the outside in Africa, looking at me, traveling every second, and then I'm married and I have kids, but my kids are young adult, would be like, that's not a proper wife. That's not a proper, but it's okay. I am not their wife. The husband that I have is comfortable with me going because he knows that that's something that I love doing, and respect each other's, right? So do you, your life is your life, is not uh, anyone else. So um when I was going to say something about the layover. When you have a layover, when you take the plane, uh like I'm planning to go to Malaysia, right? It's a long, long flight from the UK, and I have a layover, right? You did not plan it. um but it's part of the journey and you enjoy it. Often I even love having a long layover, okay, because it gives me some time opportunity to have a glimpse of a new country, right? And why am I talking about layover? It's because life has layovers, okay? Um, like I got laid off twice when I was 51 and when I was 52. And he felt that that's the end of the world, okay? How am I going to pay the bills? But to be honest, it was a gift in disguise, okay? It gave me the freedom today to be sitting here every morning to do the lives and share with you some tips that I hope will help women to you know, travel, to do what they want to do. Not only travel, I'm a travel, talk about traveling on the channel, but whatever is true to you. Okay. And the first time I got laid off, I was like, oh my goodness, panicky, but I'm going to pay bills. The second time I was smiling and I was like, thank you. Thank you. So, because I decided to be full time on YouTube, I have a friend channel that's monetized. I'm developing a travel business as well that's working for me. So, at the end of the day, it was thank you. They gave me back my freedom, okay, and to do exactly the thing that I love to do. So all of that is really mindset. Is how you see the world. We need to see things, the world differently. And yeah, a layover is just that, a layover. It's not the end of the world or the end of the trip or the end of your life. Okay, usually it is exactly what we need. Okay, to redirect our life to a better destination, a better way. So, guys, this is very important, okay? Whenever you go in the world, your mindset must say to you, I belong here, okay? Because we often afraid, like there's places where I remember going to Romania, Poland. Often we have a lot of like, not bias, but like, what's that word? Préjugé, that's French. We have already an idea of the country before going there because of the news, because of whatever, 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 okay? So I went to Poland and Romania with I was scared. Am I going to be accepted there? Blah, blah, blah. Most amazing experience. I did love Poland. The people are lovely, amazing. I went to Romania, same. I was afraid of Romania, like, as a black person, am I? Because that's all that you grow up with a lot of things in your head, but not everybody is like that. Not everybody is racist, okay? So just go out there. You belong anywhere you want to go in the world, okay? The world, as we say, is our playground. It's my playground. I will go anywhere. Today there's not a place where, except because of war, that I feel like I can't go. Okay. Today in 2026, I don't think there's any border. Yes, there's places where I will still need a visa, even with my French passport, right? But at the end of the day, the limitation is here. Okay. So too many of us, spend our life worrying about how we are perceived and me first. Okay, can I go this? Can I go? If it's not my color, it will be my weight. Okay, that's something that stopped me before as well. Oh, as a oh, remember just last week, right? I was in Birmingham, and my friend Marv that I went to visit there. She suggested that we go to a walking tour. I was like panicking in my head already because it was the first time we met. We were going to meet because we know each other from YouTube. And I was panicking and I'm like, but I can't do it. They will be walking fast and I won't be able to keep up because, I'm overweight. Guys, the best experience, the most amazing experience. Walking tour is something that I never do when I travel because I feel like I will be left behind and I won't be able to keep up. Now I will go, but because I said yes to it, I booked because that was a paid walking tour. Best experience. I learned about Birmingham and it was so exciting. There's a place where we were standing over, and they were telling us that there's over 60,000 body buried in that area. I know that's morbid, but just like Birmingham is called the ghost town, you know, the but it was really just the story is it was so amazing that now I will book walking tour wherever I go. But I did limit myself all that time. I will take the bus tour because it's easy. You sit there and you're in the bus. But walking tour are amazing. But the limitation was here. Say yes to life. Okay. So we need to choose differently, and we need to pack confidence as our main travel document. It's not always the visa, the passport, or whatever. It's the confidence that we need to pack inside the travel document to make sure that we say yes to adventure. We don't limit ourselves. Okay, so because you cannot design a bold life if you are restricting yourself, if you are limiting yourself. Okay, no, you have to stop these borders inside your head and go for it, because life, it's amazing when you see. I'm not saying that it's perfect. Okay, a lot of craziness is happening in the world, but we should not let that allow us um to live life like I'm planning to be. I was planning, I bought a ticket for and everything to be in Dubai in October, November, but I don't know if I will be able to go with what's happening. And I live in Dubai for 1 year, guys. I said that yesterday. I lived in the Middle East for 5 years, 4 years in Bahrain. And when you see what's happening today, the world is crazy. I remember being in uh, Thailand, right, the week before with my daughter, and the week after something happened in the shopping mall where we were. Unfortunately, this is life, but let's not let it keep us from, living our life. Let me check Apania's message here. I love that you decided to tell your mind to look at your situation as a gift. Therefore, it was a gift. Exactly. You could have looked at this as the end of the world, but you didn't. So beautiful. Thank you so much. Yes, when I lost that job, when I got fired, it was the best gift ever they gave me, because they gave me back my freedom. Because when you work, you are somehow prisoner of your job. They're the one who control when you can go somewhere and when you can't. But as I said from Pride today, as an entrepreneur today, I decide wherever I go, right? I've booked a ticket like that to go to Dublin because I can do it. Because I don't have to go ask a boss to say, okay, I need to take my holidays. And you can't even take it in just the one day. You have to plan it in advance, right? So yes, I got fired. Yes, I have less money today. Yes, but I have my freedom. And honestly, all the money in the world cannot change that. So guys, thank you so much for being here. Okay, uh I want to know in the comment, guys, for you guys watching in the replay, have you ever felt like your own mindset was stopping you from doing something you really wanted? You don't have to reply in the comment. You can just say, mindset shift, okay, as a comment, and reflect on that for yourself. Okay. And if you want to travel bold, live bold, and reinvent your life, for us to reinvent our life, our mindset must be freer. Okay. We need to free our mindset for all this limited belief. Once your mind is free, and that's what Pernia speak about on her channel. Okay, have to shift what we think. The world become more bigger, more enjoyable. Okay, so guys, go out there, live your life. Okay, do not pack fear and whatever. Okay, as your travel luggage, or pack some confidence with you because you can. Okay, all right. I love you, and do not forget that I'm gifting you every day, okay, for 90 days, two discounted pass, two discounted ticket. What am I talking about? I'm giving you two pass for two hotel discount, 2 night hotel discount. It's available worldwide. Okay, guys, read what's here. Uh, I don't know what I'm saying with my brain right now, but it's guest pass, 3 guest pass, so you can have two discounted hotel night because you want to start living, have fun. Okay, book yourself a night somewhere or 2 night in the next time, discounted, and start living your life. All right. I think today's Thursday. I think tomorrow's Friday. We're gonna talk about the bucket list. I don't know what I'm gonna share with you on my bucket list. So come with your bucket list item so we can share and talk together. And remember that your bucket list doesn't have to be big. Your bucket list could be to learn a new language on Duolingo. It's free. Okay. So live your life, live big. And if guys you enjoy what I'm sharing here, subscribe and let's have this adventure together. Okay. I love you guys. Have an amazing day if it's daytime for you or evening, wherever you are in the world. Enjoy life. And see you tomorrow at 6 a.m., guys. Talk to you soon. Bye now, Pernia. Thank you very much. And go check that lady out. Okay. That's her channel. Pernia. She's my friend and she's amazing. Okay. Bye, guys.